Hey everyone, it's me, Double D TV times 2 here again, and today we are exploring a science project I have for science. So y'all can just watch, and for you, Mr. this is basically my diagram that I built in this game called Minecraft. As you can see, the world is made out of blocks, but I'm not here to explain the game, I'm here to explain my diagram. So here you can clearly see that this is the sun, and basically right here, all these little lines of glowing stuff is to show that the sun emits light towards our little, here's the earth and the moons. I say moons because I put multiple, even though there is just one at one point during each time of, at any given moment there's only one moon, and then of course one earth. I try to make it look as nice as possible, but that's how it came out. Another thing to take in consideration is this is not to scale whatsoever, but let's just jump right into it. So basically what happens is as the sun emits light, as you can see, it shines onto the moon as it's traveling around, as it's revolving around the earth, or orbiting around the earth. Every time the from the top view, every time that we look at it, the bright part, or the white part of the moon, will be on the left because that's the side facing the sun, and then the black part will be on the right because that's the side facing away from the sun. So here we are at Earth, so let's just go about to where we are in Texas. So in Texas, if we look, of course this is three-dimensional, so you can see this, but I'm just gonna fly it. I put a little line down, and this is what we see from where we are. If we were to look, whenever the moon's at these certain positions, whenever we look at those positions, we see them, we only see one half of the moon, because, you know, it's a sphere, and we can't see all the way around from where we are on Earth. So at this point in time, we are just seeing blackness of the moon. It's just completely black, even though the other half is white, but it's going to be black on one half and white on the other half, but we only see one half, so this one half, we see it as black, and this is most commonly known as the new moon. And as we look at from the top of the diagram, the moon, important thing to note is that the moon revolves in a counterclockwise fashion. So the next thing would be this diagram. This diagram, as you can see, there's no little diagonal. From our perspective of this half, 3/4 of it is black, and 1/4 of it is white. From our perspective on Earth. This is called a waxing crescent, and as the moon goes around the Earth, orbits around the Earth, the white gets bigger only to a certain point, and I'll get to that later. So this diagram right here is a waxing crescent. Waxing means to gain, and in this case we are gaining white. We're getting the light. Even though the light stays the same on the moon, it appears to us as we're gaining light. So now from here on Earth, we just see a waxing crescent, and the next one is they call this a first quarter. This is the first quarter, even though we can only, to us it would look like a half. We just see, since we see 1/4 of the moon as lit, even though there's a second quarter over here lit, and we should call it half, but I don't know, that's just my opinion. But we see that we call this as the first quarter. So as again, the moon is spinning in a is orbiting in a counterclockwise fashion. So the next one would be a waxing gibbous. This shape is called a gibbous, not a crescent, because a crescent is only a little sliver. Let's go back over here. This is a crescent because it's only a little sliver, not a large piece like over here. That is a gibbous. So this is a waxing gibbous, and we perceive this as there's like a crescent of blackness or a gibbous of whiteness, and this is a waxing gibbous. Next is basically the turning point. As you can see, I labeled it moon. This is opposite of new moon. Instead of seeing just black, the black half of the moon, we see the white half. And so this is a full moon. From Earth, we see this as a full moon. Again, in a counterclockwise fashion. As I was saying, whenever it goes counterclockwise, it gains white. Well, now, whenever it passes full moon, it starts losing white. So right here is what we call a waning gibbous. Waning because it's going to, as it keeps on going, it's going to shrink in size or diminish. The white part is. This is the black part. Remember, the white part is just this part of the moon that has light being shown onto it. The black part is the part that where no light's being shown onto it. So this is the waning gibbous, pardon me. And then as we go again, this is the third quarter. It's just like over here, except over here the darkness was on the left, and now the darkness is on the right. So that means we can conclude that it's on the other side. So as you can see, again, the line marks where our field of view. And so this is the third quarter, or the last quarter. Again, going in a counterclockwise fashion. Here is the other, this is the waning crescent. The reason why it's called a waning crescent is because there's a crescent and it's going to diminish in size, just like these other previous figures, these two here. And so again, from our perspective, we see, I guess technically it's 1/8 of the moon as lit, and what is that? 3/8 as dark. But so from our perspective, we would see a shape like that. Here, I'll probably cut it off like that, and that's called a waning crescent. I'm sorry. And then we come back to the new moon, because as the and the reason why we see different why the moon looks different to us at different times is because it really, the light stays shining in the same direction on the moon, but we the moon does not stay in the same position as it goes around the Earth. So due to that, we see different parts of the moon being lit up and different parts of it being in a shadow of the moon itself. And there are few exceptions to when certain things may not be seen, such as we won't be able to see the sun whenever the Earth, the moon is directly in between the Earth and the sun. And we can either, if it's fully covering up the sun, then it is a full, Michael, what's the word? Full eclipse. And if it's only partially covering up the sun, it is a partial eclipse. And we can also, even though it's supposed to be a full moon here, it can also appear like a new moon, because the Earth can cast its shadow onto the moon. So that's basically it. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching, and real quick, the person you see over here is Michael Lobson's. Your skin hasn't updated, by the way, Michael. Anyways, that is... You should know him, Mr. So. Oh my god. We're gonna get away from there. But that's pretty much it, guys. So, remember, sun shines light onto the moon as it goes around the Earth. And as it goes around the Earth, from our spot on Earth, we see certain parts of the moon lit and certain parts of the moon unlit. And that's basically it, guys. So remember, it's new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter or third quarter, waning crescent, and we come back to the new moon. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching, and any thing you want to say, Michael? What is this?
Oh, got bored.
This isn't lit, is it? By the way, Mr. So, if you're still watching this, you can tab out right now. This is just extra from my YouTube channel. But, that's basically it, guys. Thank you for watching my science project. And, yeah, Michael, what on earth are you doing? You know, oh my god, Michael, I lit it! I lit it! I lit it! I lit it! Fly away! Fly away! The server's gonna crash!
Idiot!
Did it start blowing up?
Oh, I just got end of stream.
Oh god.
Oh, by the way, Devin, I made, like, when you're in the middle of your presentation, I set this huge name TNT off on accident. I was fixing it in the middle, and you kind of just effed up the whole server.
I actually still see it. Let me reconnect. Oh, I don't see anything. Oh,
god. Oh my god.
Gosh. Michael, you destroyed my freaking diagram. You're lucky I have a backup of this.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Well, Mr. So, you saw what Michael did. we saw what this devious person did. I think I have another copy. Come back here! Come back here! Come back here! Thank you for watching Mr. So and other people on YouTube. And this has been my Lunar Faces project. Come back here, Michael! Come back here now!